everybody, and welcome to another episode of Fire Up. Are we fired up, Jeremy, or are we not?
I'm as fired up as I can get. Have been a little under the weather, but I'm here. That's what's
That's awesome.
important.
It's awesome that you're here. It's not awesome that you're not feeling well. It's been a tiring week, to say the least. And we lost Jeremy here now. As we started, I'm sure he'll pounce back on very shortly. This is the last episode that we'll have of Fire Up for the year, since next week will be Christmas, and the year after that, or the week after that, will be New Year's. So this is the last
Gary.
show of the year for us here.
Yes.
But there's a lot going on, and I'm gonna open the episode not to depress anybody, but RIP to NASCAR driver Greg
Greg
Biffle,
Biffle.
among 7 that were killed in a plane crash, and you never want to see anything like that happen.
His whole family was with him, if I understood what
It
happened.
was him, his wife, his son, and his daughter. Yes, and then I think 2 friends of his and someone else too. So
2 friends of his and the pilot. That's what it was. That's the 7 that passed away.
yeah. So
It was
rest in peace to him
one of those
and his
small
family.
twin prop private
And
planes.
he was headed down to Sarasota, I believe, is what I've heard.
Yeah.
So so unfortunate. So rest in peace. Had to acknowledge that, especially since this was, it happened today, and since it's the last one of the year, we've got to, talk about that. Jeremy, it's college football playoff season. The playoffs are we're like started the bowl season, and yes, there are a lot of bowls. I get that. But how are we feeling? What are we thinking? What's going on here?
Well, I did get us the bracket. That way we can see what the playoffs are looking like. Texas Tech, Indiana, OSU, and UGA hold the top spots and have the bye week. So Alabama or Oklahoma gets to face Indiana. And I don't think either one of them want to.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the bottom side, you got James Madison against Oregon. Good luck, James Madison. I don't think that's a fair contest. I really don't. But it doesn't matter because then they face Texas Tech. But we saw last year a lot of those top seeds didn't go very far.
That's why you play the game. You never know any given team on any given day. So,
and then you got Ole Miss versus Tulane, the Green Wave.
Yes,
maybe they'll capsize Ole Miss. Who knows? I don't expect it, but if the one that I think would be the major upset is possibly Miami over Texas A&M. I think Miami is a little better than their record. They just were off at the wrong times.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that. To start it, Alabama, Oklahoma is on. The game is actually tomorrow night at 8 p.m. It's the first round. Then on Saturday, Miami versus Texas A&M. That actually is on at noon. And then the Tulane and Ole Miss game is actually at 3:30.
Mm-hmm.
And then the James Madison versus Oregon rounds us out for the weekend at 7:30 on Saturday. So if any of you are interested, those are the games that will be playing this weekend in the first round of the college football playoffs.
Some interesting comments. We got hello from Angie Chachir, and Anthony Martinez says 2.9 trillion for your kids.
Okay.
Don't know what that's about, but oh well.
So I'm really, I mean, really think this weekend, yeah, James Madison, obviously I mean, they're going to play the game against Oregon. Oregon's looking very strong. Um, I, Ole Miss, it'll be interesting without their coach now
Right.
that, he's moved on. Bama and Oklahoma, that could be a very close game either. That could really go either way, I believe. Um, and then, yes, Texas A&M or Miami, that'll be a very interesting game as well. Do I think what Miami team, who's healthy and who's going to be in, I think will help determine the outcome of that game. Um, but there are other bowl games going on as well, and they've already started and they keep going on. So for anybody that likes college football, bowl season is really among us, obviously. Some people think there's too many bowl games, but I think it's an honor to play in some of these games, and some of these teams wouldn't normally get that honor. Um, Although with the transfer portal and all that, some, like USF played the other night, but their coach obviously wasn't there. Their quarterback wasn't there because he's, going to enter and follow the coach. So
Right.
it
Well,
makes a difference.
these kids are getting deprived their chance at a great honor to be at any one of these bowl games and have their skills displayed on a national stage. It's awful. Hey, Broski Bear, good to see you, brother.
Nice to see you, broski. Thank you for checking in. I know this is a little bit later than we usually start, but unfortunately, things happen, right? We had a show
So
previous that ran a little bit late, so
let's put that bracket back up and let's just project it out. Who do you have ending up your national champion here? Because I have Oregon advancing to play Texas Tech, and I
yep,
think Oklahoma can beat Bama.
I think they can too. I
But
think
Kalen, and it's nothing against Kalen DeBoer. I just think Oklahoma plays a different brand of defense than Bama's used to seeing.
mm-hmm.
So I'd say Oregon advances, Bama advances, and
Okay,
Miami can beat them, but will they? That's the thing. Which Carson Beck are you getting, and will he play in this game?
right, right.
So uh, I'm gonna pencil in Ole Miss past Tulane already. I just think there's too much talent. I understand they don't have their coach, but their offensive coordinator's been there, and he's the one coaching them. So
Yep.
I think they won't miss a beat on offense. I think defense is where you may see a little lag.
Mm-hmm.
But who do you think between Miami and Tamu?
I'm going to take Miami this time. I think they're
Okay.
playing a better ball. I think that obviously Beck. This is his last. I mean, he's a sixth year player, so this is it for him. I think the defense is healthy. Um, I I think Miami can. Of course, it's going to be played in College Station, so that doesn't, but Miami fans, some do travel. It'll be interesting to see. Um, I hope hope they show up well. Let's face it, if they don't do well, there's going to be a lot of people grumbling whether they should have been in or Notre Dame. And um, only game I'm not sure about is Bama Oklahoma. Yeah, that one's a. I'm gonna say Oklahoma, but you just never know. Oh, Alabama's had some up and down games. Hello, Eddie Prater. Thank you for joining us. But I think I'm going to take Oklahoma in that one, and then so
So
I would have
let's
Oregon.
advance that out. Do you got Oklahoma beating Indiana?
I do.
You got
No, no,
Oklahoma
no, no,
beating
no,
it.
not Indiana, not
No, no,
Indiana.
no, no. I'm saying let's extend it out then because
Yeah,
both of us picked Oklahoma.
yeah. I'm gonna say Indy. Indy's just pretty. They're very.
Notre Dame shouldn't have lost to Miami. I and with what's going on with Notre Dame, they're probably getting a freeze out, Steve. I don't know if you heard about this, but other ADs in the Power Five conference are talking about not even scheduling them anymore. But
Yeah.
so Oklahoma versus Indiana, who do you got advancing to the semifinal?
Indiana.
Okay. So down below we got Oregon passing James Madison. But the one was a conference championship game, and a conference championship game does not count against you.
Right. And it shouldn't, otherwise people aren't going to play in conference championship games.
Right.
So Texas Tech versus Oregon, I'm going to say Texas Tech.
Me too.
Institute.
All right. And then did we both take Ole Miss there?
Yes.
Ole Miss versus Georgia. I'm moving Georgia past them. I'm sorry, Ole Miss does not.
Yeah, I think the committee's got this right. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I mean, honestly, I think those are the tougher teams. I think the favorites in that round are going to win, no matter who wins, Texas A&M or Miami. I think Ohio State will come to play against whoever of those two.
It is what it is, Steve. I'm not the CFP. You're complaining to the wrong people. You should have been with us 2 weeks ago when we did this show. We did the whole.
Yep.
Who should have been in? Who should have been out?
So who do you have? Do you have OSU or do you have Miami?
Ohio State winning that. I'm sorry. I just think they're too talented top to bottom.
Yep. I do think Indy beats Texas Tech. I don't know OSU versus Georgia. I think I'm going to pick OSU. I think it's going to be a rematch of the Big Ten title game. I think it comes down to Indy versus OSU. But that's just my thoughts. What about you, Jeremy? You thinking?
I think Georgia's going to beat them.
Okay.
I think you're going to end up Indiana versus Georgia, and Indiana wins the national championship.
Okay.
And actually, you know what hurts them most is being an independent. That's what hurts Notre Dame the most, because they do not want to share the NBC revenue. That's what it's all about. It's the same reason why USC and Michigan earlier this year threatened to leave the Big Ten. But now after they hear about the freeze out coming from athletic directors all around the Power Fives, all of a sudden you don't hear anything about Michigan and USC wanting to leave the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. I mean, because Notre Dame can put whoever they want on their schedule, whereas all these conference teams have to put so many of in their conference on the schedule. So the one thing I agree. Yes. For a month they had Notre Dame ahead of Miami. I'm not exactly sure why. I can't explain that, but they did. And this is what it comes down to. So, yeah, I think they really got it right with the top 4 though. And I think those are the 4 that will go on, but we will see what goes on. So you say the championship game will be Indy over Georgia, with Indy 1. Yes, Miami lost to Louisville and SMU in overtime and not by much.
The Louisville one was crazy.
Yeah, that one was crazy. But we weren't the people that created the college football playoffs. So we'll see. ACC teams are soft, but the complaint isn't really Miami, it's Alabama. Well, again, Alabama played in their conference championship. That was their 3rd loss, so it's hard to Bama had a lot worst loss of the 3. I mean, yes, they lost 3 games, but one of them was in the conference championship. They did lose big to Florida State. That I do know. Yes, FSU is a terrible loss. I got that. So, Jeremy, any other college football bowl games you like, you want to talk about, or?
Oh, no, there isn't a lot out there. I mean, Michigan made a bowl game. Woohoo!
Mm-hmm.
uh,
But
Pagio is going to be the coach for it, the offensive coordinator.
mm-hmm.
And LA is drumming Seattle right now, 30-14 in their house.
Mm. Yeah, that wow. Um, so should we move over to the NFL? I mean, let's face it, the NFL playoffs will look a little bit different this year.
It's okay, Steve. I get it. I know you're upset about it. Go ahead and throw up those playoff eliminated teams that I got the list of. It says what week they were eliminated into.
Okay, give me a minute here. I'll let you talk about them. I'll be right back, okay?
Well, the New York Giants were eliminated in week 12 when they faced the Lions and couldn't win. The next week it was the Arizona Cardinals. Then it was the Saints, Titans, and Raiders, all in week 13. Week 14, we saw the Commanders, Falcons, Jets, Browns, and Bengals fall. And in week 15, we saw the Vikings and Chiefs fall at 6 and 8. The last two, the Washington Commanders is a surprise, them falling off that early and being 4-10 where they were. Wow, 4-10 overall. It's a big fall off from last year. And Minnesota, they probably should have kept one of those veteran play callers that they let walk away this offseason. One they traded, the other one they let walk out the door. And that's Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones. Because we've all said for a while now, Carson Wentz is not the guy. Yeah, I know there was too many injuries, but they also were the oldest team in the league, the second oldest team in the league this season. Average age of almost 28. That's not good. Packers and Chicago and Lions are in the top 5 for youngest teams.
I'm back. I'm back here.
I get it. I saw your chat.
Yes.
Half of Washington is on Social Security, and the other half doesn't have to worry about Social Security because they're from Congress. But I'm bummed. Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
Yep.
But there you go. Those are your eliminated teams. Candy, sorry about Mike. Yeah, that was awful to hear about. The only thing I wish is just before the Thanksgiving Day game, he stepped on a Lego.
We've seen a lot of those injuries though this year.
ACLs, shoulders,
yes,
torn pec, calf strains, hamstrings. Last weekend it was Pat Mahomes, Micah Parsons with hamstring. Devontae Adams re-aggravated his hamstring injury by coming back too early, and Mike Evans, his first game back, re-aggravated his hamstring tear that he elected not to have surgery on. Now they've said they're not putting him back on IR, but with Mike Evans, I think they should. I think they should force him to get the surgery so he could possibly come back next year. Because it's not like he doesn't have it in the tank. Look what he did in that last game. He caught 6 of 12 targets for 132 yards. Yeah. It was a big reason why they almost won that game.
Yes. And Eddie, your question. I wish I could say yes, but I really don't. He hasn't been able to.
Can I? He is the offensive version of Marcus Davenport at this point. Every year he has to miss multiple games. And that's nothing against his talent. When he's on the field, he's good.
Mm-hmm.
but the best ability is availability. And that is why I don't see them extending Watson.
Yeah. I mean, he's had his share of numerous things. So I, I wish I could say you're right though. When he's on the field, he is a force to be reckoned with. He can run with anybody. But he just couldn't, he got injured in this game too. So when our top offensive player and our top defensive player both went down and we were playing the number one team in the Denver Broncos, we couldn't keep up. And it seemed like our offensive line couldn't hold everybody either. And so Jordan had to rush some throws. And so he was off with his receivers. So not only did Watson go down, and of course, we're without Tucker Kraft too. So now this will be interesting going into the Bears week because we do play the Chicago Bears in Soldier Field this weekend on Saturday night. And they're without some of their receivers, their top two receivers, though I've heard today too. So it's going to be an interesting matchup this weekend down in Soldier Field.
Roma Dunze is probably not back quite yet, if I read that right.
Two of theirs are out, I think. Swift is questionable, which you never know. And when Jacobs is questionable. So a lot of times that means they're going to play, but
with Swift, it's the first time I've seen questionable next to his name since he left Detroit. And I'm still mad at him for it.
I hear you.
Guy couldn't play 17 games a year for Detroit to save his butt, but goes to Philly and plays 16 his first season there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's so through week 15 if you're going to do a comparison between Jordan Love and Caleb Williams, Jordan is 283 for 426. And Caleb is 266 for 459. Completion, passing for yards, Jordan has 3304. Caleb has 3150. Jordan has 23 passing touchdowns. Caleb has 21. And both of them have 6 interceptions. So they're both playing pretty good. Hi, Patty. What's up? And then Green Bay was moving the ball on Denver with Watson. Correct.
Right. They were also stopping Denver with Parsons. That was the key. To me, it was less about Watson and more about that injury. Because as soon as Parsons went down, they could not stop Denver at all. And it's something that I said all along. And it's the same reason why I want somebody opposite Hutch. Because if you don't have the difference between Parsons and Hutch is Parsons had Gary with the Packers, which allowed him to be more successful because they couldn't always double him because Gary would break free and they'd have to start paying attention to him.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that stupid excuse on why Dan Campbell had Brad Holmes trade for Michael Brockers. When everybody was doubling and tripling Aaron Donald, Michael Brockers would be free. And he thought that that's the guy he was getting, and it was, oh no, he's not him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thought Green Bay played them very tough until some of those injuries. So that made a difference.
Yeah, thanks, Zane, for pointing it out. Yes, holy cavities. Yes, I have a lot of
them. What do we think of the games going into this weekend, Jeremy, for the NFL?
Oh, the NFL game.
Who are you liking? Let's see. Well, Saturday we start with Eagles versus Commanders at 5 p.m. I mean, the Commanders are just so...
Yeah, 5 p.m. So them.
I see.
Yeah. I think the Eagles are going to trounce them. I
Yeah.
do. The toss-up game really is Green Bay versus Chicago. I have that as a toss-up because Chicago's defense has not been as dominant as everybody wanted them to be, but they also haven't been as bad as anybody expected them to be. With because Dennis Allen is a good coach.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right. And now with Green Bay out with some of the players now, they Watson is not ruled out. He's starting to practice, but they're limited in practice. So I think it just depends. I think he's going to be more of a game time decision.
There,
The one thing I'll
we can
say, the Bears run defense is their weakness, and
we can make it easier. That's the whole NFL schedule right there.
um, the one thing I will say about Green Bay playing, it's at Soldier Field, and it's going to be cold and it's going to be windy. So from what I heard is it's going to be cold. So that's always a toss up. It's a hard place to play when it's as cold and windy as it is. Um, but yeah, right. So tonight's the Rams versus Seattle. You already gave the score of that one. So then, yes, we have the Philly, Washington. We both think Philly, Green Bay, Chicago. I mean, we all know that I'm a Green Bay girl, so I'm gonna go with the Packers only. But I think it's gonna be tough because they won
Uh,
in Lambeau at Lambeau, and there's a lot on the line for this game. Whoever wins this game, and if Detroit loses, is automatically in the playoffs. So there's a lot riding on the game because it's for the division, really. What you
yeah,
got?
because right now they got the lead, and they're at home. And we
Correct.
all know about home cooking in the NFL. I think they pull it out at home.
Hmm.
It wasn't that big of a blowout in Green Bay either.
No, it was not.
So it was an evenly contested match. I didn't see a lot of bad calls on both sides. You know what I mean? It was
Mhm.
pretty evenly called as well. New England at Baltimore.
Mm. I got New England.
I want to take New England too. You don't even have to ask. The next game on that list, Buffalo at Cleveland, it's Buffalo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chargers at Dallas is interesting because which defense are you going to get? Is Quinnen Williams still out after his injury from last week? Because that's when that defense started to fall apart. Um, Give me the Chargers. I
Yeah.
just
I
think
want
they're
to say Chargers too because Dallas just, yeah. Even Eddie says Chargers.
Jets at Saints. Whoever wins this game gets a worse draft pick. Um, Give me the Saints. I just don't trust the Jets anymore. I don't.
And Saints at home. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree.
Tampa
Tampa.
Bay at Carolina. And Carolina's been defending the home turf well. The only good team they lost to at home is Buffalo.
Hmm.
Remember, they just beat the Rams 2 weeks ago.
They have been really stepping up and playing the tough teams really tough. They're a team that I don't know that any of us saw them coming out on top like they have.
I think I am taking Carolina because they are well coached. Dave Canales is coaching well. They're
Hmm.
playing tough against good teams, and they're a young team. They're that fourth youngest team in the NFL. And when you have a young team, much like in the beginning with Chicago, when you play a team that's below you, you play to their level.
Hmm.
And
Yep.
that's what we saw. I think that's what's been going on with Carolina because they play up to the level of the teams they play. I mean, except for Buffalo because Buffalo was on a roll right then.
Right.
Tampa
Minnesota.
Bay is a banged up team. Yes, because Mike Evans is not expected to play. He is doubtful. Minnesota at New York Giants. Uh, New York Giants will win until the fourth quarter, like they've done all year. Their defense and offense falls apart in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Kansas City at Tennessee. I won't pick Tennessee to win another game this season.
No, and interesting enough, Cam Ward has come out saying that he wants to be part of the interviewing some of the coaches and talking to the coaches that they're interviewing,
Right.
which shows he really cares, which is, for a rookie quarterback, that says a lot. Now, whether they'll allow that or not, remains to be seen. So, Jacksonville at Denver.
That's a tough game to call too. Denver is on a roll. They haven't lost since week 3?
And they're at home.
And they're at home.
In the Mile High.
In the Mile High, thin air.
Altitude, yep.
5,283 feet above sea level.
I'm gonna go with Denver on that one.
I think I want to take Jacksonville so bad, especially after that historic performance by Trevor Lawrence last weekend. But Denver's got the better defense.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Atlanta at Arizona. Oh, it's another one of these games.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, because I trust Behan. They just lost another running back for Arizona. I think they punted on the season.
Okay. Vegas at Houston. Raiders.
Yep. Texans are the number 1 defense in the NFL. The Raiders haven't been able to beat the 32nd defense in the NFL. Give me Texans.
Mm-hmm. Pittsburgh at Detroit.
And I'm going Lions.
I know.
I'm going Lions. I have to. I'm hoping to see that we activate Demonte Kazee, since it's looking like Kirby Joseph is out and Brian Branch is out for the season. So we signed Jalen Mills off of somebody's practice squad, which puts him automatically on the 53. I just don't think they were used last week because they had only been there 3 days before the game. Let's see if we can get them in this game, because that's some veteran presence to help with those young guys.
Mm-hmm. And then Cincinnati versus the Tua-less Miami Dolphins.
Who are they starting? Who's starting quarterback this week? I forgot.
Quentin Evers from
Quint Ewers. Yes.
Yep.
From Texas.
Texas.
I had a nickname for him because I watched him play a lot of games for Texas and look really bad. It was Quentin Sewers. But yeah, God, give me the Bengals because they still got Burrow. Even though neither team plays defense.
No, but I don't know. I mean, it'll be interesting to see if Miami rallies around a different quarterback, or if they're like, I mean, I don't know. And
if I remember right, this was flexed out of that. The the night game now was one of the 1:00 games, if I remember right.
Let's see.
There was a flex done. Let me look.
See. Today is, Friday, Saturday. Sunday's game. Patriots Ravens is the night game on Sunday.
It got flexed. Yep, that's the night game now. I knew it was. I thought it got flexed out. Yeah, they made it a 1:00 game.
Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah, because I'm just saying. So the Monday night game, which is cut off by the banner, but that's okay. I got it. It's San Francisco at Indianapolis with Old Man Rivers slinging it through his first touchdown in his first week after 3 days of practice. Granted, he didn't look great, but he didn't look bad either.
Right. You got to give him credit. I mean, he's been out of the NFL 5 years, comes back,
and throws a strike on a slanting Alex Pierce, who is questionable, but it looks like he'll play. Oh, Detroit Pistons are coming back. What? Let me get in there. Let me see this. Oh, they just took the lead.
They did.
103-101 over Dallas in Dallas. And there are 3 minutes left. So there's plenty of time for that to change a couple more times.
Yep.
But San Francisco at Indy, who do you like?
You know, that one's tough too. Indy was so hot for so long, and with Daniel Jones, and now that Rivers is back, Rivers will have a week under his belt where he's practicing with everybody, which does help. And I believe they're at home too, aren't they?
Yeah, they are at home. They're at home.
I don't. They're both third in their respective divisions. Brock Purdy against Phillip Rivers. Christian McCaffrey. I think I'm gonna go Indy with this one. I think I am. I think with Jonathan Taylor, I think Rivers will play a lot better with a week under his belt. Who you got?
I think Indy's going to pull it off. They got the running version of CMC on their team and Jonathan Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
I think they can do it. Hey, look at that! They scored and got the 2-point conversion. It's 30-22, and they got the ball again.
Yeah. Well, it's 30-28.
Oh, did it just? Oh, ooh, that was quick. That was quick.
Yep. Yep.
And when I just looked, it said 22. I didn't realize they scored that quick again. I was like, "Ooh, they must have did the onside kick to get that ball back."
That I don't know, but I do know
Sam Darnold has done his best impression under pressure that he did last year versus the Rams, though, with the Vikings. He has 2 interceptions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That game's going to come down to. So, I mean, the playoffs are going to look different this year. Let's face it. It's the first time since 1998 that we're not going to see Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, or Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Kind of crazy. I think it's kind of. I mean, we could start saying it's a changing of the guard. Obviously, the Chiefs have been up there for quite a bit, but they were eliminated without the fact that Mahomes, went down with an injury and is out for the rest of the year. But have we seen the last of Kelsey? Do we think that he's going to hang up his cleats?
Yeah, he's going to be a daddy now. That's what's going to happen. They're going to do their nuptials in the off season, and they're going to go have a honeymoon. And next thing you know, Taylor's going to be pregnant and moody. Then the next breakup song's going to be written.
Oh no!
Should have left you at 4th and goal, something like that. Maybe they threw a flag on the play. Whatever she's going to write, it'll be funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. But it's sad because Travis has had a great career so far, for the team to go out like they are. Not what we're used to. But hey, this is any given team and any given Sunday. Who would have thought Denver would be as good as they are, the Jags as good as they are, even Chicago. I mean, let's face it, Chicago and the Jags are with a new coach, and they're getting it done.
I see the touchdown merchant in Seattle stole another one from Kenneth Walker when they were in the red zone. Mr. Zach Charbonnet got a touchdown earlier in the game from 3 yards out. Sam Darnold's completion to A.J. Barner is what scored the touchdown
Mm-hmm. Oh, 2-point conversion attempt failed. That's why it's 30-28. But yep, Seattle is coming back. So they have a lot to play for. I mean, they're playing for first place in the
Yeah, they're
NFC.
playing. Period. Both team has the best record in the NFC right now.
Yeah. Um,
Almost the NFL if it wasn't for the Broncos being 12-2.
I know. I know. Um, well, Jeremy,
I
one of the
wonder,
things. Go ahead.
I wonder who said at the beginning of the season that they thought the Broncos might win the division.
Gee, I don't know who said that.
Some weird guy on my channel.
Um, we normally do my town. We kind of talk. Tell me what's happening in your town.
Everybody's complaining about the injuries because let's face it, we have 13 on the IR. But people don't realize you got to go deeper than just looking at the number. 7 of those players were either going to be practice squad or not even on the team because they probably would have been cut. So they're able to get a 50% NFL paycheck according to the CBA, and they're getting paid by this team instead of just letting them be medically waived with a quarter of that. So kudos to Detroit for keeping them on the IR.
Mm-hmm.
Giovanni Manu returned to practice. Christian Mahogany returned to full practice today. And there's a good chance he might be able to start, which thank God, because Kristen Cologne has been like a screen door. Tied up 30-30. Holy smokes. We got a game, boys. And like I said, everybody but Taylor Decker and Kirby Joseph practiced yesterday. I didn't get a chance to look at today's because I was at work. So I will look at that too.
Mm-hmm. Patty, I still am at 30-28.
It's 30-30. I just checked my game cast.
Is it?
Yep, they just kicked off to LA. There's 6:23 left in the fourth, so there's still plenty of time for both teams to score a touchdown or a field goal or whatever has to be done.
Why am I not getting the same score you guys are getting? That's weird. That is really weird. Let's see. Yeah, that's what you guys. Interesting. Um, my town. Let's see. Well, we talked about the Packers Bears game. The Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis has been out with an injury, and it has really hampered the Bucks season. I mean, they're a shell of a team without him, and I know everybody's been talking about will he leave? Is he demanding a trade? He has not talked to the front office about a trade, according to the report that I've heard that came out. Would I blame him? No, but I'm going to tell you that the Bucks are going to, if they do trade him, they're going to want an awful lot in return. He's also indicated that at some point he wants to finish his career in Greece. So who knows when that will transpose either. There's been some movement with the Brewers. There's been, some trades here and there. It's winter. It's winter meetings. We're up earlier this month, so we've seen some trades lately. Oh my goodness.
Well, Merry early Christmas to you, sir, and congratulations. That child is adorable.
Oh, I haven't seen a recent picture. I need to see a recent picture now. Merry
I haven't
Christmas,
seen one in a minute, but I did see the he sent me a video the other day. He goes, "These make my day," and it was this kid giggling, and I was like, I miss those days. The baby giggles. The baby giggles.
Aw, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah.
And you know what I'm talking about when they finally get to where they're actually doing the belly laugh type of giggle. A baby's laugh is like drinking angel's tears.
mhm. Um, yes. Uh, I can tell you that we miss Samir. Normally, Samir's on with us. He is actually on vacation right now, so we hope he is enjoying his vacation and his time away. But Ji, it's so good to see you in the chat room. You were definitely missed, but uh, we thank everybody that's been in the chat room tonight. I mean, actually, we've had quite a few, so um, I don't want to single out anybody necessarily without acknowledging everybody else as well. Um, but as far as I could tell you, no, I don't have an update. Um, we all know that I am. Thank you. Glad to see you all. Life has been challenging for a bit, but it's all good now. Awesome. Well, we're glad that it's back to that. It's all good now. Challenges make us stronger. Make we all know I'm a Wisconsin blood through and through. I can tell you the Wisconsin women's volleyball team was headed to the national championship. Or the brackets. I think they're one of 4 teams. I believe they play this weekend. Um, let's see what else was I going to
Are you
talk
ready
about.
for a dose of cuteness?
I am.
That is J.I.'s baby.
Aww. Aw. Adorable, adorable. I don't know that I would put him up
I know.
on.
J.I., if you don't mind, we can put him on the screen. He is wearing his hat. I did that one.
But we understand either way. So,
So if you say yay, we'll put him up on the screen. If you say nay, it's just there so she can see him.
exactly.
Adorable. It's okay, just as long as Candy saw it. Okay. I'll get
Perfect.
it up
Perfect.
there.
Yep.
I'll text it to you. Oh, okay. Go ahead. He said we can put it up. One pick.
One pick. Aw.
There you go.
Okay. One pick.
Baby
Look.
J.I.
Aw. Adorable. Love it, love it, love it. Our youngest fan, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Youngest Lions fan.
There you go. There you go. Oh, that's funny. That's hilarious. Just turned a year. That's
He's
right.
adorable. Yep. I
Well,
remember.
happy birthday. Um,
He popped on my show literally, and it was the day after his kid's birthday. I said, "Your kid should be having a birthday." He goes, "It was yesterday. You remembered."
I can't wait to see that, Ji. I can't wait to see wearing a Motor City Mad Mouth hat. I'd love to show Scott that one. That would be really cool. And Patty's saying, "Cute, Jay. Awesome."
Eddie's a great guy.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Well, Jeremy, anything else?
As far as my town, the Tigers picked up Canley Jensen as a closer, and it's a
Mhm.
1-year deal, and it wasn't too much. I had no part in the cuteness. Oh, so you're saying that never mind. I won't go there. We'll save that discussion for private
There we go. There we go.
because I'll be awful about it.
Oh.
But we signed Kenley Jensen. We got a lot of guys coming back healthy at this time of the year for Detroit versus going on the IR. The 3 stars that hurt the most, of course, is Terrion Arnold, Kirby Joseph, and Brian Brandt. Because Terrion Arnold, since week 4, looked like a different cornerback than when he started the season.
Mm-hmm.
And that shoulder separation that he needed surgery on. He just had it last Thursday. He's doing well. And I think it's great that because he recognized me and recognized my name, he followed me on Threads. I think that's great.
Mm-hmm. That's great. That's great. Anything else, Jeremy, you want to talk about tonight?
This is a win or go home for the Lions on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yep.
if we don't win, we're out of the playoffs. I don't think 10-7 is going to get any team in the NFC. There are way too many teams with 11 or better records. So we have to win out. I actually have a graph that shows the percentages and how it breaks down and why they're saying it's less than 50% right now. Yep, there it is. That graph right there explains it all. We lost to LA. So if we win out, we have a 94% chance to make the playoff. The next scenario is losing to Pittsburgh. It drops to less than 50%. They can win a playoff game without Parsons. Will they is another story. It's not.
It's the matchup, I think. It depends on the matchup, to be honest with you.
Right. I mean, like, if they win the division and get the 2 seed, and we beat Chicago to get the 7 seed, I think they'd feel confident playing us, but I don't think they'd want to face us a third time in the same season. At the same time, I think that's the worst case scenario for all of the NFC North teams. Whoever wins the division will more than likely be playing a division rival as the 7th seed, because that means one of them is going to be that 11-6 or 10-5-1 or 11-5 or 11-5-1, whatever. Mm-hmm. That's what's going to end up happening, and it's going to suck because it is very hard to beat a team 3 times. It's very hard to lose 3 times to another team.
Yep. It is.
And really, the road to victory, you kind of want Green Bay to win. As much as I hate to say that, you kind of want Green Bay to win.
Yeah. I don't. That's not hard for me to say.
No. I'm talking about to the Lions and the Viking fans. If you want the Lions a chance to be in the playoffs, facing them in the playoffs, you want Green Bay to win. Because if Green Bay wins, they'll be in first place and have that tie for leverage, which gives the Lions a chance to control their own destiny by winning out, is what I'm getting at, Jeremy T. said Ballrick. You just made me throw up in my mouth reading that.
Oh, I love it, J.I.
I might have to wash my mouth out with this to get that cheese taste out.
Say what you want. Say what you want. Would you rather see the Bears in there?
You know what? I would love if Green Bay loses out and stays at 9 wins, because all we got to do is win 2 games and we're ahead of them. Whoa, Lions, Brandon, that was cool. Yeah, it's celebrating their back-to-back division champions.
Mm-hmm.
I said I will not open it unless we're in the Super Bowl. I don't know either.
It's because you like me. That's why.
Yeah, that's it.
We can leave it like that. That boosts my ego a little bit. You can say it that way. But yeah, I would root for the Lions over the Bears any day.
I say screw that. Don't care who wins on Sunday between Green Bay and Chicago. Just care that Detroit beats the Steelers.
I mean, you got to take care of business first and foremost. Right. If you don't, it doesn't matter which one of us wins. But
as always,
Any
What
given
happens if they tie again? Ooh. Ooh. That would be nasty. If they tied, Green Bay would have the edge by a half game because they have a tie.
because we beat you in head to head too. Yeah.
I hear you. Great job. So, as always, I want to say what I always say, but I'm going to give out my credentials before you do your station break.
Yep.
You can find me right here on the South Florida Tribune channel, occasionally on Tuesdays and every Thursday that Candy does a show, because this is our show. We are the hosts. We
Yep.
come up with the topics. We do all of that. And then you can also find my writing on the SouthFloridaTribune.com about the Detroit Lions and a few of the other teams that I actually do reviews about. And you can also find me writing about the Jaguars and the Bucks on Roundtable.io.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, you can find me on my channel. I'm only going live into one YouTube channel anymore, and that's because of monetization stuff. That is Kneecap Biting with the Motor City Lions, where I go live 9 to 10 times a week, because every time I'm a guest, I share it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you, J.I. I'm glad you liked it. Candy actually put up the full thing on the South Florida Tribune for my fans that wanted to see the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Scott is doing okay. He had his show earlier tonight on the Sports Wrap where they talked hockey. And it's Jeremy and I talking on Fire Up now. But yes, you can also catch Scott. He's doing Saturday morning shows now as well. He does a football and baseball show. Next week, programming is going to be changed a little bit. He's going to do a sports exchange, which he normally does on Wednesday, on Monday, and then Inside the Pigskin on Tuesday. And then I think we're taking Wednesday, Thursday, and off for sure. So,
So it's 112 to 112 with 3:24 to go in overtime. It must be a TV timeout or something because, oh, Dallas just scored. Never mind. It's not a TV timeout. 112 to 114. Let's go, Pistons.
thanks,
Cade Cunningham
Jay.
has 9 assists and 25 points. Jalen Duren has, he has 11 rebounds. And Anthony Davis, who plays for them now, has 12 rebounds. Pistons have out rebounded the Dallas Mavericks 54 to 44. Steals, we have 10 to their 3. Turnovers, we had 8 to their 15. 3-point percentage is awful by both teams. 20%.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do some of my spiel. Let me throw out. Scott, my husband, wrote Lessons from the Microphone, Tuning into the Enduring Wisdom of Visionary Leaders. It talks about his 40 plus years in the media business and how it has evolved and changed. Anybody looking for a good read, anybody that wants to get into the media business, whether it be writing or broadcasting, this is a good book for them. It's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kindle, Google, and Apple Books. There's also a link on our website, www.southfloridatribune.com, where there is a plethora of great content, including Jeremy, you write for us too. So go check out this book, but then hit Jeremy's writings as well.
Guess what? In that book on page 155, there's a paragraph about me.
Look at that. Wow. Okay. If you like to listen to podcasts, you can find us wherever you get your podcast. If you want to advertise or sponsor a show, or if you want to be a guest, email us at southfloridatribune@gmail.com. Last but not least, if you see the red YouTube in the lower right hand corner, that means you haven't subscribed to our channel. Please do so. And then turn on your notifications so you're notified every time we go live. We go live quite a bit. J.I. actually read the book. He goes, "This is a fantastic book. Jeremy, when are you writing a book?"
I'm still working on the footnote part of it just to get a structure.
Jay High says, "I bought the book, read it, shared it, and loved it, although I'm not in it like Jeremy."
Well, that's because you found it after it was already wrote.
Mm-hmm. And Scott does plan on writing a second one, so you never know, J.I., who's going to be in the second one, but he is planning on writing a second one. So with that, I think we're going to sign off here in a minute. We do want to thank everybody that's been in the chat. He was just too late. Yes. We hope everybody has a safe and happy holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Be safe, be with your friends, loved ones. Jeremy, your other thoughts?
Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Be kind. You don't know what someone's going through. No matter how bad you have it, somebody always has it worse. So look on the bright side. You can pick on people for their deficiencies, like people picking on me for my teeth. I don't care. You know what? I still smile. I grin. I go through it.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at them and smile. You know why? Because that makes them even angrier.
Yep. Yep. Thanks, J.I. You too. We hope everybody has a healthy and happy holiday season and happy and healthy New Year.
So we'll basically see you the week after New Year's Day.
And on top of it all, I'm going to wish my husband a very happy birthday because his birthday is in between the holidays as well. So, happy birthday to Scott. His birthday is coming up on the 29th. And New Year's Day, we actually share, is our anniversary as well. So, a lot here. Christmas, Scott's birthday, New Year's, and our wedding anniversary. So, all of that, all good stuff. With that, we're going to sign off. We're going to say enjoy the holiday season. And we look forward to having you back. We thank everybody that's been in the chat room. Everybody else, have a good night. Anything else, Jeremy? Or are we good?
I think we're good. Thank you so much, Candy and Scott, for the platform you allow me to write into, be a part of. Happy anniversary. Happy birthday, Scott. I want you all to have a much better life in 2026 than we had in 2025.
Thank you.
That goes
you
for
too.
everybody in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Be thankful for what you have because it can be gone tomorrow.
Exactly. Well said. Thanks, J.I. Thanks, everybody else that's been in the chat room. And we look forward to seeing you next year.